Alright, hello everyone, I'm Caffeinated Fluff, and we're going back into Jusant. Last time we stopped at chapter 3, Solstice. Yeah, what's around here? Let's see now. Where were our objectives? Up there. And that's it. Alright. Does this road lead upwards or downwards? Or nowhere? Another block for the cairn, I guess. This place is pretty. Alright. Oops. There we go. I do wonder how tall this tower is. Oh. So day and night cycle is also quite important for stamina. And there and up there. Alright. Oh. So the only routes that are safe is currently the ones in the shadows. Alright, that was my bad. There. Resting up a little bit. Alright. Start take a look in here first, and then I'll head on down that direction. We did it. I'm completely wrung out, but we made it in time to join the expedition. There weren't many of us there, barely a handful. Look how peaky the poor thing is. She's shaking like a sewing machine. I felt so far from home, but the tone was more encouraging than mocking. My efforts have been acknowledged and appreciated. I was too out of breath to reply, but a new emotion rose up in me. I was proud to have made it this far. Still, doubled over from exertion, I looked around at the others. Everyone there had left everything behind to be there. They had a fire in their eyes, a desire to change things, and I was part of it. That's all it took to fill me with fresh energy. Arlo and Becca welcomed us to their sun-scorched farm with open arms. They were emotional and the mood was solemn. They are the last farmers left in these parts, and they're the ones who put together this expedition. They've spent their entire lives trying and failing to fight the drought. Nothing grows on the cliffs anymore, in their own funny-sounding words. Not one measly plant grows in these here fields no more. I hope I'm not reproducing the Highfield dialect too badly. Then Becca told us about their wild scheme, setting off for the clouds to find water in the sky. At their words, a murmur rose up from the group. There was talk of how feasible the plan was, how best to go about it, which routes to take and which sections to avoid. Arlo and Becca wants to find ballasts, as they are called lower down, enormous creatures made of water that are said to live in the clouds. Ballasts only exist in sleep stories for children. Well, that's what I always thought before embarking on this adventure. They're Arlo and Becca's last hope, and I'm starting to believe in them too. We may have a chance to save the tower. It is up to us to seize it. Bianca. Now, the creature we have on our shoulder is a ballast. So, they're clearly more than myth. Alright. I think that was everything there. Yes, that would explain why it's able to change which plants are growing. So on. Hmm. Let's put one of these here. We can see if there's anything worth having here. No, doesn't seem entirely like it apart from that. Retrieve some info bits. Would be nice. There we go. How do I end up further down? Oh, okay. That's okay. Oh, that's less good. Need to be faster here somehow. Okay. Guess back to the bottom and get some energy. I don't have to fall, I'm not going to. Oh. Handy. But considering all the corals in this area, I wonder how far above me the water surface was before all this, well, went down, I guess. Let's see now. Okay. Over there and up there. Our next objectives. I love the weird little creatures you see everywhere. Maybe some old pool or something? Okay. So yeah, small creatures indeed. Apparently they're mobile hand grips. Put an anchor here. Oh, I guess I have to put another anchor. Hmm. Ah, yes, done. Let's see. There are so many people climbing down from the heights. I feel like a fish swimming upstream, like in the stories before the Jusant. We rose and fell with the tides. I remember hearing the old schooners describe enormous waves, ones that drove people upward with each high tide. They'd never seen the ocean themselves, they were just repeating what they'd heard from their elders, when they were themselves young. But there must have been a grain of truth to these stories, right? The ocean nourishes the cliffs, and in return the cliff nourishes the entire tower. Anyway, the inhabitants of low tide set enough store in them to set off in search of the ocean. I wavered too. Should we try to hook the lost water? In a way, yeah, but not by going with the flow. I have the answer now, thanks to Arlo and Becca. We need to go back to the source. We shared our shady spot with a man named Soy. He was on his way down to the plain and tried to convince us to go with him. Why stay? He didn't understand why we wouldn't go. You won't get nothing out of these fields no more. They aren't worth a blessed thing. He grabbed a fistful of dust and held it up as proof. So he continued on his way while we prolonged our break, dreading having to go back out into the blazing sun. I refused to believe him. Ever since we set off, I feel like I'm discovering the tower. Like I never truly looked at it or listened to it before. My perspective's changing the higher up we go. I'm sure we're on the right track. Oops. Forgot to unwind that. Sits are pretty here. Questionable if they were particularly useful, but very pretty. Any work for us? Orders are drying up in business at the rope work is far too slow for my liking. Starting to get bored. I've brushed up on all my knots and I've done the accounting. I've been putting off for cycles and all dusted all the machines. But now we're stuck twiddling our thumbs. We're not very good at doing nothing. I'm glad to know there's still someone left on the tower. Sada went with the flow, just like everyone else. I don't really see what they're expecting to find in the desert. It's not like the sun's going to budge any more than it does here. No need for new ropes, but you're welcome to come by whenever you like. You'll soon get used to doing nothing. You'll see. It suits us anyway. We have more time for each other. Alright. For the person who left a caramel bun in the canteen, I ate it. Sorry, not sorry. Alright. Storehouse for who knows what. Brown or black fur, big ears, prone to nervousness and laziness. There's nothing more common than a cuckoo. Too dull and unreliable for special issues, right? Wrong. In this issue of the Gazette, we'll do our best to make the ordinary extraordinary. Starting with the unobtrusive of beings, cuckoos. Mammals are bipedal in two key ways. They lay eggs and line their nests with fur, providing delicious meals and dense balls of wool. Not the other way around. Raising them is no easy task, however, cuckoos are escape artists. Through our action, or rather inaction, they've taken to nesting all over the tower, though they are native to Highfield region. Did you know cuckoos work together to incubate the sparkling eggs and watch over their young? Some would argue that taking turns makes for better naps. But take a closer look at what's in their nests, and you might be in for a surprise. Cuckoos love to sit on anything that shines. Keep reading for more fun facts about cuckoos and their habits. Alright. Let's see if we can find a way there. Above here? Probably not. There we go. Nah, seems to be further up. Quick rest of the arms. Okay. Build up some speed and... No? Alright. I guess I have to climb up that one. There we go. So that temporarily stuns them, or at least stops them. now let's see where we need to go with this. Further down or... Oh. Oops. Misclick. Oh, I'm glad I have a handhold up there. Otherwise I would have met the ground very quickly. I don't fancy my chances when it comes to gravity. Feels like gravity always wins. There we go. There. Now can easily get back down or up. Listen to your heart and follow your instincts. That's all I can tell you. Go if you must. I won't be going with you. My roots are here. I'm an old man and I want to stay on my land, at peace with the world around me. Farewell. I wish you all the best. I'll go to the old tree for as long as I can, and I'll cherish your memory as my most prized possession. I'll be sad, but knowing you're out there somewhere will comfort me, a tiny plant growing in the desert. Oh, Grandpa, it's going to be so sad. I already am. Mama says we'll come back when the sun wills it. But I don't believe it. The sun doesn't will it, because if it did, we wouldn't be stuffing everything in the house into flour sacks. I heard the water in the desert steams and is stinky. That's what Tommy says. She's already been there to make sure there was enough room for her animals, and she's going back with us. Unky says if you change your mind, you know where to find us. He doesn't want to write to you. He says you made Mama mad and that I shouldn't be writing this. I love you and I don't want to go, but I'm going, so bye, Grandpa. Oh, that's tragic. This has to lead to the big rock I was talking about earlier. Bingo. New foot. Going to the right or left? Probably left. Somehow. This is not gonna go well. There. That was really last second. Put there just to make sure I don't fall too far. Alright. Almost over the edge. There we go. This journal entry will definitely be too long, but I have so much to say. Oh dear. I got to see Emma again. I'm so glad I got to drop another anchor at her hut. We made up for lost time in the blink of an eye. I almost capsized when I heard her laugh again. I'd missed it that much. She started by grumbling about something before shrugging and changing the subject just like old times. I found myself chattering endlessly. The words flooded out of me. I told her everything, from my parents getting ready to pack up and go to our theories about the water in the clouds. Everything got all jumbled up, and I could tell my chat made no sense, but she nodded as though she never heard anything more profound. It was about then that I realized the whole team was gawking at us with round fish eyes. Oops. How long had I been standing here talking to Emma right in front of them? I hadn't even set my pack down yet. It was so awkward. Emma gave up a frown and barked orders at the assembled group. There was a hardtack to prepare for everyone at the hut, and the mattresses to air out. Plus the salt the wind had blown up into the corners. Everyone sprang up and got to work without another word. Emma, one tough cookie, that's for sure. Plus she was armed with a wooden spoon that she was brandishing wildly. A pot was soon set to heat in the sun, while Sol swept the floor, and Arlo scraped the plates. Emma gave me a wink, and I laughed harder than I had in ages. Later on, with our stomachs full and feet bandaged, Emma told us the stories she'd heard about from travelers who stopped by her hut. One of them grabbed my attention, the legend of Piper, a musician of old. He was said to travel from region to region with his flute to make it rain. I'd never heard tell of it back home, but Arlo and Becca had. Where they're from, they say he'd celebrate the rain's arrival rather than making it rain. When comes to water, dances the piper. I'm writing to keep my hands occupied, but I can't settle down, as though staying busy will delay our departure. I've already rewound all my rope and checked on my pack. I brought way too many things on board. And in this heat, besides, maybe I don't need these 3 teapots or my favorite flower pots after all. I couldn't just leave them behind, but I know I can't go on like this. I'm entrusting them to you, Emma. I hope they bring you as much comfort as they brought me. Hope to see you again one day. I'm your crewmate always, Bianca. I wonder if those are the cuckoos they're talking about. Most likely, but... Some type of quarry, maybe? I haven't even bothered planting anything. What's the use? It breaks my heart to see the crops dying on the vine one by one, and being powerless to stop it. I fought the sun long enough. I'd rather quit now than break my back for nothing. I don't know what I'm going to do. Leave the farm probably. Finally pay you a visit maybe? Is the little one already climbing? To think that I still haven't met her. Maybe throwing in the towel isn't such a bad thing after all. Oh no, I'm sorry, what an awful situation you're in, but yeah, come for a visit, we'll gladly make room. The little one just started preschool. Can you believe it? She's growing so fast. She's incredible, you'll see. With each passing step she learns something new. When I'm with her, I feel like I'm rediscovering the world again. She gives me hope again. I should warn you though, she can be a handful. Alright. I think this actually is something I need to climb on right now. go. Maybe there's a way to anchor myself first. Have you seen the latest posters? The ones that say to eat more salt to quench your thirst? Together, let's save water, salt your food, water saved today is water drunk tomorrow. Made me think of you. They're taking it too far. We're supposed to drink less while they use up all the water in the Great Basin to water those sun-scorched fields of theirs. I saw every little bit counts. Honestly, have they got no shame? It's always the same with them. But it's sure working out well for the store. I've never seen so many customers, even though most of the villages are already abandoned. I'm running low on pickleweed, herb salt, and rock salt. I'm even out of plain flakes, though they're pretty bland and not what I'd recommend. At this rate, I'm going to have to start selling my personal stash. Alright. Salt to quench first. Not a good idea. So next floor seems to be where one of the objectives are. Guessing I can't just climb straight up here. Armrest. Alright, that worked out. It sure is nagging me with the secondary cocoons. guess it makes sense. That one there, just to make sure we don't fall off. Well, we're leaving the tower. The village has been given a date. I can't quite believe it. I still think about our dance. The last festival already seems so long ago. It was so nice to forget about all this for a sleep. I didn't realize it at the time, but I think at some point I'd given up. But then your laughter, the dizziness after that long waltz, the way you stepped on my feet, the way your cheeks glowed pink. I don't know how to ask you this, but want to come with me? Journey through life on the same pebble? I'm sorry, I know it's short notice, but now I care enough to be afraid. Afraid that I could miss out on if I don't send you this message. I hope you get it, Keely. Over the edge. What is up with this camera angle? There. Alright. I guess scream maybe? Oh yeah. Hmm. What's the point of this plant? Is it just to go over there? I guess I'll be able to do it, but... There we go. Hmm. I think I'm leaving one of my objectives behind. Oops. I don't get what the deal with parents and the ocean. It's all they talk about. They have to explore the Great Plain, go further across the oceanic ridges, find the ocean. Yeah, fine. Set sail for the desert if you want, but why should I have to come along too? They're getting on my nerves. Honestly, I'm kind of scared. I bet I'll get dizzy walking horizontally. Nope, no thanks, not for me. So that's it, Nil? You're leaving? I wouldn't mind going off on an expedition instead of marinating in this old place. It's so boring here, you have no idea. I can't take it anymore. If I have to roast, and at least let me roast in the desert, where things are happening. Plus, what if you found a spring? You would be famous. Fun. Hmm. Not really. Going down doesn't seem like a... Oh wait, no I can't actually go down without problems. Unless that's the same stone I found earlier. Because if that's the case, there's no point in going further down. But let's check out this place. guess the wells were going dry. I mean, they're long since dried now, but... There we go. It's finally up. Mhm. Let's try this one. Looks at least for now a little bit more straightforward. I'll put a handle there, and... Right. Quick rest so I don't fall off. Oops. See if I can do it so they stay lit. No? Alright. I'm guessing that's what they call a pebble in the letters we found. Alright. Chapter 4, Convergence. Alright, I think we're taking a break here. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!